Sure.
No, I will go a pinch. You want us to take a pinch or no pinch?
No, we don't ever take a picture.
Okay, I just wanted, we were taking it earlier just to get on the right pitch, so. I just wanted to make sure.
I've never. Oh, backstage before we. Whatever. I worked a 10-hour day and I just.
That's okay.
I work an 11-hour day.
Once upon a time, we were so in love. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Once upon a time, we were so in love. Once upon a time, a boy with moonlight in his eyes held his hand in mine.
Good to see you.
Down for a moment.
That's okay. We'll get you right back up there. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, I don't know this well.
Was it something we said?
You're all the world to me, my love. You make everything so fine. Oh, you make my dreams reality, and with you, life is divine. It's so divine. Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without that love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without that love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if I had all. It's not make-believe, I've got all your love.
Nice job, ladies. Awesome. How long's that been around? Is that a new initiative been around? Cool. Awesome. Now, something, and maybe John's more versed or someone is in the chorus too. I'm pretty sure that in Baltimore, at the official dance, is the first time in the show package finals for the top 10 choruses that they're only required to do one contest song in the show package finals. That's a new update to the show package finals for quartets and choruses starting in Baltimore. So that's what I don't know. I don't know if it affects us in Harmony Classic or not, or that goes for one.
Today, I got it something right before I left.
Okay. So we just want to make sure we verify that, because obviously if you only have to do one contest song, it'll probably be Once Upon a Time, and then all the rest would be show music. So we just want to make sure that if that affects us too, obviously, that's going to change how we prepare if we only have one contest tune that we have to prepare along with all the show package. And it's 12 minutes, right? Is that what we need? 10 to 12? 12 to 15? 15 minutes, thank you. Sorry, I should be better versed in that. Good, awesome. So tonight's game plan, do we want to make the main focus on Once Upon a Time, or any other tunes that you already know that you'll be taking to that package?
I'm not sure about the package.
Okay.
I mean, we do have spring contest.
Right, sure.
Region 25. And I'm thinking about maybe just taking Swanee and Once Upon a Time again.
Awesome.
But we also have I Never Knew You Were Meant to
That's
Be.
it.
We started that, we make this off the page.
Can we try, can I hear that just once, so you can work on that one?
So if you,
I never knew you could rejoin us, thank you. We definitely need to research that. They might only need one contest song for the season. Thanks for this cool weather.
balance it out.
Is it way right there?
Yeah, it's all right.
Where's this take it? Sing the first word. So there's a little pitch and then a basis in there. Okay. And two, ready? All four parts, yeah. Just the one with the jet.
Shake it out there just for a second, thank you. So. Good or something, things that are still digested. But in the scheme of things, okay, this one awesome. Okay, from the tip of once upon a time, please. So even though we're going to be doing some start and stop it throughout the evening, make sure we're doing our best to be in performance mode at all times. We'll talk about the look of the sound. I know some of us have heard this information before, and we got some new duels and new members. Great to see new faces involved. So it's going to be always about the simple math and nuts and bolts of how we do things flawlessly together, just the way we approach things and our voice choices, and and how we interpret the song together. That's why you've already been so successful as already being noted as one of the top small choruses on the globe because of the unified approach that we have, not just within our sections, but as the chorus as a whole. Hey, how are you? One more time from the tip of.
Once upon a time, we were so in love. Once upon a time, a boy with moonlight in his eyes.
Awesome. Thanks for your patience. Leads, raise your hands, please. Excellent. Leads only from the tip top, only the leads.
Once upon a time.
So talk to me too about the look of the sound, like tell me about the information we're sharing. What is it? Good, we're telling the story. It's not a trick question, any observations, okay, so just lay it out there. So what are you thinking outside of, you're trying to breathe, you're trying to form the vowel target, I appreciate all the skill set, but emotionally, what are we thinking there? Anything specific? And it's okay with the answer? Good answer. So there's a lot of memories in this song, right? We talked before sometimes in the past about it being like a punchline ballad of emotions where everything was great, but now, the great eraser, but now, somehow. So that out of the gate, I think, could be real hopeful in its approach, even though you've read the entire story and you know how it ends. I'd say if we start a little too gloomy out of the gate, it'll be a long ride then, because there's plenty of gloom and doom later. Don't you agree? In the song. So the hopeful look at, sorry, go ahead.
I understand. I mean, we're performing gloomy faces right now. That's the way it's that. And it's supposed to be magical love.
That's it.
We're looking gloomy.
Not like the kind of love after 20 years of marriage. Nobody can feel it. Magical. No, just
I want you to know that my 29 year marriage is just as magical.
awesome. So share that with the room. Share that with the room. Good. Cool. Here we go. One more time from the tip. It's a happy song.
Was it you?
Once upon a time.
Way better. So part of it too, as we talked about in the past, no apologies, meaning out of the gate, regardless of the dynamic plan, it's just a full, complete sound. Now that's the first time I felt we started like that, with that much presence. The other times we're still in tune and musical, but like 2 or 3 notes in, then it was like, there's that cold metal sound. So I mean, we'll need to demonstrate that right out of the gate, regardless of where this song falls in the package. This has to be just killer good. This is how you've made your name thus far. Meaning, even, I'm not talking about just your fans. I have heard several good comments specifically about this song at your regional contest. How artistic it was, how musical it was, how many chords you rang. So I mean, you're known specifically now cutting your teeth on this killer ballad. Now the expectation level is higher. Not just that we're putting on ourselves as we should as one of the best, but I mean, now the society is viewing us in a different light also. So with that comes responsibility. Pressure is a privilege. Congratulations. So just make sure that you're doing whatever you need to do to make sure you're hyper prepared when you walk in here on Monday nights, so that he can help us with musicality and artistry. That's what he's stunning at. Even though he can do the nuts and bolts and he's a good theory guy, he's stunning at artistry if you let him play there. One more time from the tip. Ready? Fast start again.
Once upon a time, we were so
So we're going to experiment a bit. So I thought that start was awesome, by the way. Then, it's like we're almost too glued to John. Like, we're waiting for flawless instruction about him spoon feeding us. Although he doesn't over direct, we're too high. It's almost like we're looking at a bug in a jar. So that's going to be freed up more like the first phrase, which was killer. And also that dictates, and here's our next level of play. It dictates a musical gut feel that you feel as a killer group. Meaning, individually we might feel a little bit differently, but as a group we feel together. What you created that time on the first phrase was dictated sort of how the next phrase would go. Now we're used to, because we're very well rehearsed, this is the pacing of the next phrase. That time you could argue that that second phrase after the first breath could have rolled a little bit more from a destination standpoint, and the rest of us sort of, or most of us, put the brakes on to the old feel. Does that make sense? So we want to experiment with that type of shape, because that's really going to show up, especially in the expression category, of how artistic and musical this chorus is. And I mean, when you're going up against the other 4 best small choruses on the globe in that contest in Baltimore, to me, it's putting our best foot forward if we're the best ballad singing chorus there. I'm not slighting any of the other great choruses, but I mean, you should be able to hit this out of the park. If anyone else dares to do it, let it be the compulsory ballad, because that'll benefit us. But you got to make sure that your heart's always engaged in that, not just getting better technically. You won't get credit. It'll be like it never happened unless we're believing you also. We'll appreciate your skill set, but at this level, the 5 best choruses, we'll have to notice how believable it is and important it is to you. One more time from the tip, please. No apologies.
Once upon a time, we were so in love. Once upon a time, a boy with moonlight in his eyes.
Great faces right here in the center of that time. Not that they're usually not, but that was awesome that time. A real good dive in right here that time, I thought. So that again, all the way up until what? All pretty positive information when you say. It'll be easy, speaking from experience and loving this song, it'll be easy to lose sight of that, how important and dramatic this message is. It's easy just to sing it great and no one be home. Man, you got to take advantage of that, ladies. So again, the skill set, we won't get credit for it. It'll be like it never happened unless you show up to the dance with your heart on your sleeve. And you know, and you got a special group of ladies here too. It's not just one of the best 5 choruses on the globe. It's a special combination of personalities, even with the new folks in. I hope the new folks don't mess it up. Okay, here we go. Time for the tip. Here we go. That's it. Ready? No apologies. It's a happy, confident start.
Once upon a time, we were so in love. Once upon a time, a boy with moonlight in his eyes.
Awesome. Can we go right there at the chorus with just the leads, please? What a great start that was. Lead singers only. The first chorus.
Once upon a
Good.
time.
Sorry, thanks for letting me nitpick this, if you can stop me. It's all about the look now. That was a pretty good tone, but when I look, once upon a time, it'll be like it never happened. Once upon a time, in your natural voice, I want it to be the best you there is. Don't try to sound like anyone else. But man, your face has to light up the room, or you won't get credit for that muscle-free tone.
Once upon a time.
Even out of the gate, that was way more unified. Don't you agree, harmony part singers? Didn't even take your opinion. But didn't that sound more like one clean voice together? That's so important, especially for one of the best small choruses on the globe. lead to the end.